The lunar surface stretched before us like a desolate tapestry, a canvas of ancient secrets waiting to be unraveled. By my side stood Emily, my fellow pilot, and I could see the flicker of anticipation in her eyes. Our mission commander, Dr. Anderson, joined us, a man whose passion for exploration was etched into every line on his face.
"This is a historic moment,"
he declared, his voice a mix of awe and determination.
"A return to the moon after all these years."
Emily nodded, a small smile playing on her lips.
To think that we're continuing the legacy of those who came before us. It's humbling.
I shared in their excitement, though a thread of unease seemed to weave itself through my thoughts. We were embarking on a mission of discovery, a journey that held the promise of unraveling the moon's mysteries. Little did we know those mysteries could shatter our very understanding of reality. The descent of our spacecraft was a ballet of precision, a dance with the moon's gravity that ended in a gentle touchdown. Lunar dust billowed around us as we settled, and I couldn't help but feel a surge of pride as the mission's co-pilot. Earth hung above us, a blue jewel against the vast canvas of space, and I marveled at the profound isolation of our surroundings.
It's almost poetic,
Emily said, her voice hushed, as if she didn't want to disturb the sanctity of the moment. Dr. Anderson agreed, his eyes fixed on the Earth.
"A testament to human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of knowledge."
As our boots touched the lunar surface, I felt a shiver run down my spine. This was a culmination of centuries of dreams, a testament to mankind's determination to explore the cosmos. We were here to continue the legacy of the Apollo missions, to build upon the foundation laid by those who had ventured here before. Our days on the moon were a symphony of meticulous experiments and childlike wonder. We collected samples, deployed instruments, and marveled at the moon's beauty. The routine was oddly comforting, a semblance of normalcy in the midst of the extraordinary. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting elongated shadows across the lunar plains, that sense of unease intensified. It was on the fourth night that Emily's voice broke through the silence over the radio, trembling with a mixture of curiosity and trepidation.
"Hey guys, come take a look at this."
I joined her at the small window of our living quarters, my heart quickening as I caught sight of what she was referring to. In the distance, a pulsating light cast an eerie blue glow, its rhythm both mesmerizing and unsettling. Dr. Anderson soon joined us, his brow furrowed as he observed the phenomenon. "What do you make of it?" I asked, my gaze locked onto the enigmatic light. Dr. Anderson's response held a note of caution.
"We must approach this with care. It could be something natural, or it could be something far more profound."
With our spacesuits secured and helmets on, we ventured onto the lunar surface. Each step was a reminder of the bravery that had brought us here, a reflection of the countless hours of training that had prepared us for this moment. As we neared the pulsating light, its shape became clearer, an intricate dance of illumination and shadows. Emily's voice broke the silence, a mixture of awe and uncertainty.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Dr. Anderson attempted to establish contact with mission control, his voice laced with frustration as static filled the airwaves.
"Something's interfering with our communications. This light could be emitting some kind of interference."
The pulsating light intensified, casting an eerie glow that danced across the lunar landscape. I could feel its pull, its inexplicable allure. Emily's gaze was locked on the light, her voice distant as she murmured,
It's like it's calling to us.
A surge of panic hit me. We should go back. This isn't right. But the light's mesmerizing hold seemed to tighten its grip. With a sudden, explosive burst, it enveloped us. Reality warped around me, and I felt as though I was being torn apart and reassembled on a fundamental level. When the chaos subsided, I found myself back in the spacecraft, surrounded by malfunctioning instruments and flickering lights. Emily and Dr. Anderson were there, yet they were mere shells of their former selves. My heart raced as I shook them, my voice desperate as I called their names. But there was no response, just vacant stares, hollow and devoid of life. A profound sense of isolation washed over me as I stumbled back onto the lunar surface. The pulsating light was gone, replaced by an oppressive darkness that seemed to swallow the very essence of the world around me. The moon's once familiar terrain had twisted into an otherworldly nightmare, a distortion of reality that defied comprehension. As Earth rose on the horizon, realization crashed over me like a tidal wave. We had crossed a boundary that should never have been crossed, meddled with forces beyond human understanding. The pulsating light had been a gateway, a conduit to an ancient malevolence that had claimed my companions. Alone and burdened by grief, I activated the emergency systems and propelled myself back to Earth. The blue jewel of our planet welcomed me back, its beauty in stark contrast to the horrors I had witnessed. The moon's secrets, once tantalizing, now bore the weight of a cosmic horror that defied explanation. And now, as I recount this harrowing tale, I do so with a heavy heart. The pulsating light, the twisting abyss, the loss of my companions, they serve as a stark reminder of the dangers that await those who venture too far into the unknown. The moon's enigmatic secrets should have remained hidden, for in our relentless pursuit of knowledge, we unearthed only echoes of regret and a chilling truth that continues to haunt us.